You nutters. Oi, people. What's going on? Back again. Redmond's in the building, bruv. And yeah, this is going to be a tough one still. What you man saying? What you saying, James?
Let me ask you one question. Are you feeling Qatari or are you feeling friggin' American? Because I'm feeling like a fat cheeseburger right now. Are you, Ranceroni?
I don't know, bruv.
Feeling like cheeseburger?
I don't know, bruv. I don't know about a cheeseburger, fam.
I remember when you trolled me. Do you remember when you trolled me?
Probably, but what? You got to know like it happened once. Like, what time are we talking about?
About the owners when Liverpool were like,
Oh, when they were gonna sell, and then no one
like,
wanted you, so you didn't end up selling that time. Okay, yeah, okay. What about it?
that is so disingenuous. That is so disingenuous. It is incredible. Let me tell you what.
Is that not what happened?
Wanted to sell. That is not what happened. That's not what happened.
What happened then?
Oh, FSG said that they wanted a minority stakeholder. They never said that they actually wanted to sell. But there was just false reports, false things, words were mixed. Okay. So you were disingenuous. Whereas, didn't your club want to sell?
Oh, boy, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
One sec, Rants. I'm trying to cook here, but there's a bit of a delay. Let me go in and out just dead quick.
Hey, bruv, listen, do what you need to do, bruv.
My guy, 2 secs.
All right, cool. Oh, my days. This is going to be a long evening, bruv. I'm telling you. This is going to be a long flipping evening, bruv. I can feel it already. This man's saying that they wanted a minority stakeholder. Let me tell you guys something for free, yeah? If you've got a business and you just want an investment, yeah? Someone to buy equity, a minority investment, you don't need to announce it. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't need to announce it. Liverpool didn't want no minority investment. They wanted to sell the club and no one wanted to buy it. Don't believe this nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Don't believe it for a second. When you want minority investments, you can do that under the table. That's not even something you don't even need to put it out there. Do you know what I mean? You've seen loads of teams, bro. Even the other day, Tom Brady just bought a percentage, I think, in Birmingham City. You don't need to post these things if you want a minority investment and that. Don't listen to these guys, bro. I know business, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? If you want minority business, you do not need to advertise, bro. They were trying to get rid of the whole club and no one wanted it, bruv. Like, that's what really happened, innit? So don't listen to these guys, bruv. You know what I mean? Don't listen to them. Them man just waffling, bruv. They're trying to make their thing look good. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens, innit? But, yeah, man. Them man are riding some fairy tale. It's not making no sense. The one thing I'd say about Manchester United is if they only wanted a minority investment, again, yeah, if you only want a minority investment, you don't need to advertise that you're selling the club to get a minority investment, if that makes sense. So I don't believe this was the plan all along. It couldn't have been, because they could have got minority investment without doing all of these things. Because at one point there was 8 people that were interested in buying Manchester United, and then it went down to 2 people, innit? So, yeah. If man's saying that it was always their intention, yeah, to sell 25%, it wasn't. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't. Something has changed between the initial... something's changed between the initial plan and now. So, come on, man. These guys are morons, but... they're still businessmen, innit? As much as we don't like them, we have to understand that you don't make the money that they make if you're not shrewd business people. And if they wanted to sell 25%, they didn't need to do this.
Yo, fam.
He's back. Yeah.
Yes. So wait, Dick, can you hear me first and foremost?
Yeah, man, I can hear you, bruv.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Oh, bro, yes.
I'm just making sure that I cook you in HD and in audio settings. That's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's nice. Keep going, mate. Let's go.
So, where was I? Was I up to the cheeseburger? Was I up to the American Qatari? Where was I? You know what I'm saying? There was an order that I wanted to go in, but the Wi-Fi absolutely done me in. So here's the score, right? I remember when you said to me that, oh my goodness, Liverpool, no one wants them. We were like the kid that were left on the side of the street in the orphanage that no one wanted. Whereas there was your ass who just went there and you waved on your way out of the orphanage like, see you later. Turns out you got dropped. You got dropped, fam. Next thing you know, you're looking at me going, oh my God, nobody wanted you. Even though that's disingenuous because we didn't actually want to sell. You actually wanted to sell. And I said, you're not feeling Qatari. You should actually feel an American. And now you're getting who? Is Sir Jim Ratcliffe American or English? Are you feeling like an English breakfast or an American cheeseburger?
He's English. He's English. I think he was also born in Manchester.
Oh, jeez. One of our own, mate. One of our own, mate. How are you feeling about that? You know what I mean?
I'm not feeling anything, bro. I'll be real. Like, when I look at this situation, it's not really making sense. The maths are not mathing, yeah. And then the stories that are coming out about Ratcliffe saying that he's gonna come in and get rid of Arnold and Murto and bring in his own directors of football. They're talking about Paul Mitchell and all these things. Listen, guys, I'll be real. Don't buy into this. Don't buy into this. That's all I'm saying. They've basically, what's up?
No, it's all right. Go. I'll land in a minute.
They're saying, they're gonna accept investment of 1.5 billion, for a 25% equity of the football club, and also delegate the running of the footballing affairs to Ratcliffe, which in theory is a great business move for the Glazers. And it's also a good footballing move for the football club in terms of we don't have footballing people in footballing positions. So if Ratcliffe comes in, and he also brings in footballing people, it means we're better off with him than without him. However, I will have to see this to believe it, bro. I'll be completely honest. This is just exactly what it is. How can a man with 25% get control of football operations? Easily. And I'll break it down for you how this works. Because say I've got the business, I own a business, and I say to one of you guys, say, for instance, got my futsal club, and I say, all right, cool, I own 100%. You're going to buy some equity for the club, and I'm going to delegate this portion of you. Because at the moment, say I'm 100% owner, I'm doing everything. So I'm dealing with the FA, I'm dealing with the league. I was doing so many different things. And I say, yo, you can buy 25% and I'm going to delegate just the sporting side to you. That means you're going to come in and you're going to be responsible for that. And the money that comes in, you're going to get your 25% from that. So all that means is I'm making money and I'm doing less, innit? So from a business perspective, it just means that the Glazers don't have to, they're going to get more money in the long run, and they're still going to be doing less work. So it's a good investment for them. Because if they project that Man United's going to be worth, if they're worth $4 billion now, if they project that in 10 years, Manchester United is going to be worth $10 billion per se, then
like, why are you letting that go?
Exactly. Yeah. Why are you letting that go when you can still be getting 40, if they own... How much do they own? They own about, I think they only own like 60 odd %. But say, why would you let that go, bruv? That's almost passive income because they don't care about football. They don't want to be involved in the club anyway. Like they don't come to the games.
Yeah.
So if they're going to get passive income, they own 69%. Do you know what I mean? So that means they're still going to own 45% of the club. And they're getting 45% for doing nothing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's amazing business for them. It's passive income. They don't need to turn up to the games because Ratcliffe can be the face of football, so he can go to the games. Do you know what I mean? And he can do everything else, and they'll sit at home for their 45%, chilling, bro. It's amazing business for them.
This is great business. The way you just this is why I needed you to go, because I was about to say something, but then I was like, actually, nah, he's cooking something. I need to educate myself on this situation. The reason why that's actually sick from them is because as a businessman, that is exactly what you want to be doing. It's like if you were in property or something, you know what I mean? It's the more passive incomes that you can actually get, the more beneficial it is for you and everyone else
Yeah, but
around
it's
you.
equity, bro. I do the same thing in my normal life with my social media channels. I do
Yeah,
exactly the same thing. I don't run any of my channels apart from
yeah,
my Instagram. My Instagram's the only one that I control myself. All my
yeah.
other platforms get controlled by somebody else, and I get paid. That's exactly what it is. It's passive income. On my YouTube, the only thing I do is my shows. I don't edit.
Yeah.
I don't post clips. I don't do my own thumbnails. I don't do anything other than my shows. Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that's what it is. All the rest of the money's passive income. When all the clips are going out, like I'm not posting them. It's Dave. I'm not doing the thumbnails. I'm not doing the titles. I'm not doing anything. That's exactly what the Glazers are doing with Man United. They're like, you know what, bro? Let me take my little passive income. I don't have to turn up to games. Don't have to do nothing. All I need to do is sign on the dotted line and let this old geezer deal with the rest of the football stuff. So they're just signing over all the football responsibilities to someone else and then just getting paid to sit at home. Bro, it's amazing business from them.
Big up
It's
to
amazing
Dave, by
business
the
from
way.
them. You
Big
know
up
what I
to
mean?
Dave,
Dave's
by
the
the way.
guy.
Greatest thumbnails in the game, let's be honest. No, yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
bro. It's an interesting time, like, to be a United fan. To be honest, like, obviously I can banter, but that's just because she's never ended up, getting the Qatar ownership. But in
Yeah.
the main, like, you never know. There can still be, like, I know based on the sample size of Ratcliffe, he's got a club in France or something, doesn't he? I don't know. I might be wrong,
Yeah,
but,
but people they're saying that Nice aren't doing too badly like this season compared to other seasons. Like,
I was
do you
going
know
to
what I mean?
basically say he hasn't got an overwhelming great sample size at the moment based on
It's
what we've
rubbish.
seen. So, and plus,
Yeah.
even if it was bad, it's with Nice. So, with Man United, the aim's different, the ambition's different. I don't know. It's one of those where I think we need to see what happens, and I think that if it goes bad in the short term, which with the factors of being bad, it's likely to be that way. And I don't know how instant people are expecting change. So it could be a bit rocky for the next couple of months, especially because I think that was your chink in the army. You know what I'm saying? That was like the sort of, okay, then, even though we've got the Glazers for now, we've got something that we can look forward to. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. I think now that light just became, there was a light, you just didn't expect it to be the type of light that it ended up being. And now you could be in a little bit of trouble or whatever have you. But I
Nah,
think
you know what
Radcliffe,
it is?
you've
I
got to give him
don't
time. Got to give him time.
Nah, you know what it is, yeah? You know what it is? Like when I look at it, like someone saying our Nice haven't played Champions League. Yeah, cool. Ratcliffe has not come in and pumped in loads of money similar to what Roman Abramovich done or so on and so forth, because he ain't got that kind of money. However, when you look, like Nice he owns Nice, and I think he's got they've got shares in another club. Like I think like a Swiss club or something like that. So it's one of them ones where if he does come in, it means that Nice are there, bro. Do you know what I mean? That means United technically have a feeder club in France and they have another club somewhere else or whatever. So he's probably looking at it that he's got a portfolio of 3 clubs or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's got Manchester United now, yeah? And Ratcliffe is trash, bro, by all means, but he knows more about football than the Glazers do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So as much as this is crap, yeah, and this is not what we wanted, yeah, it's not what we wanted at all, yeah. Like it can't be worse than just having the Glazers. Do you know what I'm saying? If you take all emotion
That's what I was
out
going
of
to
it,
say. Like, there's
if
got to
you
be
take all
some
emotion out
sort
of
of
it, it's
influx.
better to have him in there than not have him in there because at least
Yeah.
he knows football a little bit. The Glazers don't know football at all. So if you take your emotions out of it, and do you know what I'm saying? Because we're all gonna think, yeah, we could have had Mbappe and all these things. Yeah, cool, we could have, but now that's not an option. If that isn't an option, it's better to have someone that has some knowledge of football, yeah, than staying with these reptiles. Because as it stands right now, we don't want Murto and Arnold involved no more. There's rumors that he's going to get rid of these guys and bring in football people. And if he does that, it makes us better immediately. Do you know what I'm saying? Because our issue is not money. Our issue's never been money. So as much as
Yeah.
the Qatari money would be great, yeah, it's about how we spend the money. We haven't spent the money well, bro. Like that's
Yep.
what it is. So even if we continue to spend the same amount of money, but we get a proper DOF in here, it instantly makes us better. Instantly.
Yeah.
Because money was never the problem. Exactly. Our issue was no structure. So if we get a structure, and I say if, we have to wait. Do you know what I mean? Because if this is going to happen, guys, then we have to give this Ratcliffe brother the benefit of the doubt and see if all the stuff that's getting rumoured about bringing in Mitchell or not, see if it happens. If it does happen, then who knows? We could be eating our words, bruv, like in a couple seasons. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it was never money. Because we saw in the short amount of time that when we had Ralph in, look at the amount of players he was talking. Look at the names that he was talking about bringing in. He was talking about bringing in players that if we brought them in right now, we wouldn't be where we are. No matter what manager. No matter what manager we had, the players that Ralph was talking about bringing in, we would be way better off than we are now. So at the end of the day, we're not in a position to completely write off what this bro is saying he's going to do until he doesn't do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So we just got to give him a chance to show us who he is in it and what he can do with Man United, because it's one of them things where, as much as, like at Nice, for instance, apparently the recruitment at Nice is actually quite decent in terms of the setup they've got. They haven't been super successful because he hasn't pumped in loads of money, but Nice is a hard sell in France, bro. It's not Manchester United. It's not hard to get someone to come to Manchester United. It's an easy sell. It's a hard sell when you've got Marseille, when you've got Lyon, when you've got PSG. Do you know what I'm saying? When you've got clubs like that, even though Nice is a nice place to live, it might not be an attractive job for footballing reasons. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Manchester United is a different ball game. You can get whoever the hell you want at Man United. So we have to see what he does before. Do you know what I'm saying? We have to.
That's
we
what
have
I'm
to
saying.
see what he
That's
does.
what I'm saying.
We have to see what he does. I don't think it's worse than the Glazers just being there on their own. This could be the happy medium in between of getting the Qataris that we wanted, and having to stick with the Glazers.
Nah,
Like,
I think on the pitch
look at
is
this
what you
from
need to, I think
Romano.
that can improve on the pitch. I don't know if it's going to improve the off the pitch things like the way I think the Qataris would have. But I hear what you're saying, and I agree with like pretty much 98% of what you're saying as well. And that's what I agree. Like, that's what I was trying to say. But you said it better than me. Was that give it a chance? You've got to now anyway, so it doesn't really matter how you feel about what you wanted or anything like that. He's now here. Is it confirmed? Is it officially confirmed? He's got 25%.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. He's going to pay over the odds for 25%. It's great business from the Glazers.
Fair play to him. Fair play to him.
Great
Honestly,
business
like,
from the Glazers, isn't it? Like I told these guys, we're not set up as a football club. We're set up as a business, isn't it? So from a business point of view, the Glazers give up 25% equity, but they also give up all responsibility as well. When things aren't going well, they're not getting booed anymore. It's Ratcliffe. Do you know what I mean? They've passed all of the responsibility over to him, and they still own the majority, which is great business because they've literally just passed the blame over to someone else for them to run the club, and they're still getting paid. You know, like that. No. And so it's great
so
business from them.
Now then? So I think what the conclusion is, or it must be this anyway. So Glazers, and then the protests about the Glazers. What happens with those now? So
that doesn't happen now. That doesn't happen now.
Pointless.
That doesn't happen.
Pointless anyway. And then now it's even more pointless with the addition of Ratcliffe, in my opinion. And again, like you said, the money were never really the issue. At least the influx for the on-the-pitch things. It was the structure. It was the football and directors to the managers and everything else and the ethos around the football club. And then you can even additionally put on to the fact that the stadium hasn't been improved, training facilities, youth academy facilities to where you're improving the youth academy. Because that's what's made Chelsea and City not only self-sufficient, but like to a point where like now if they kind of lost their owners, they've still got great academies and could still sell millions and millions and millions. So like that's what's good about a good youth academy. And you guys haven't really, I wouldn't say you've got a world-class academy. I think it's a good academy by any means, but that's probably as far as I'd go with it. And I'd say the same about ours. Don't think ours is that great. Whereas I think the proof's in the pudding with City and Chelsea's. If you was to get Sheikh Jassim, then that could have potentially presented opportunities in those avenues. So like I do think that would have been significantly better, but Radcliffe has got to be given time. It's as simple as that. But now you've got to put the Norwich scarves away and actually burn them because it doesn't. It makes no sense.
Them things are foolish.
It makes no sense now. It makes no sense. The custy, you know what I mean? And like you said, Glazer don't even have to go to a game.
They've shown that they're not going nowhere, innit? Like, it's great business from them. They're going to be silent majority owners of the club. You won't see them apart from if it's a cup final and that. Ratcliffe will be the face. And the Glazers will just be raking in their dough, bro. It's amazing business from them. And it might turn out to actually be good for us. Because, like, this super chat here and saying Sheikh Jassim wanted to bring in Coleman, Mbappe, Camavinga. Yep, and there was talks of also Kimmich as well. But the thing with that is, it's amazing. Structurally, we don't know and we didn't know how the Sheikh was going to change the club. Do you understand what I'm saying? And... it's one of them things where the club structure is what we need, innit? Like, that's the one thing I didn't see from that side. I didn't see the structure thing. Like, obviously, it would be amazing to buy all these players and throw money at things. But we need structure as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So, it's one of them ones where, bruv, man just have to be level-headed, bro. Like, I wanted them, I wanted the money, and I wanted all them things. But also, I didn't want a situation like at Real Madrid in the past, and at PSG in the past when we just sign in bare players and then it's not working, like. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Rants, 1 second. I just need to take a phone call. Can I just take 2 minutes?
No worries, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, man didn't want to sign players for the sake of signing players and then it doesn't work. Do you see what I'm saying? So we need the structure as well. I think that the Qataris would have brought structure in because when you look at what the Emiratis done at Man City, like, they brought in a structure, innit? So I would have liked to think that these guys were going to bring in a structure. But I've always said, that spending money has not been our issues, innit? Our issues has been no footballing people above the manager and in between the owners. So if Ratcliffe is going to bring these people in, even if we just continue to spend the way we're spending, it's enough to make us compete, bruv. It's enough. So I don't really know, bro. It's annoying. I can't even lie. It's proper annoying, bruv. Like, but what can I say? Like, it's better to have this bloody corpse in here than to have the Glazers in there by themselves because they don't have a clue what they're doing. No, they don't have a clue what they're doing. So it's better to have him. Than not to have him and just be how we are right now. Because how we are right now is in the gutter. And also, if he is going to put in a football structure, I reckon this manager gets sacked as well, bruv. Because he won't be able to sign his own players no more. And he won't be able to be doing this Bandulu freestyling no more. Because we'll have a direction, innit? So, I don't know, man.
Crazy,
Man
United.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But guys, like, don't get me wrong. This is not good news, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? This is not good news. But at the same time, it's better to have this guy than to have no one. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the Glazers, they're finishing us.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, I'm just happy that you never got the Sheikh, my fam, because I had to be scared of you, Sheikh. I had to be like, wait there, what? One of the literal biggest clubs in the Premier League now. They have the actual, because you'll have financial resources anyway, but I mean super financial resources. You know what I'm saying? So
but the thing is, we still got financial resources. It's just that
I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm talking about this could have been next level craziness. I think we all know it could have been next level craziness if these Qatari people came in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to say that you don't have money. I believe me, I've been one of the dudes who've been on the front line saying you've got money, and I think it's disingenuous when Man United fans say that you haven't, because this the leg that United fans seem to stand on when they say like, oh no, Glazers aren't doing nothing. They don't spend their own money. Yeah. Right now, that's something that a lot of owners don't really tend to do.
No owners spend their own money apart from Roman did at the beginning, but Roman said that the club has to be self-sufficient within a certain amount of time.
I was going to say FSG have never spent their own money.
You're not supposed to. In business, you never spend your own money if you can help it. You should never spend your own money in business. You shouldn't really. That's one of the number one rules in business, isn't it? Like one of the don't spend your own money, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't do it. Like, do you know what I mean? And I've done it in business before because I'm not in a position where man grew up with bread and I can borrow money from here and borrow money from here. You get me? So you have
Nah.
to. But really in business, you shouldn't really put your money up if you don't have to, innit? You
Facts.
shouldn't. You shouldn't.
It's
Do you know
not
what I mean?
smart as well. It's not smart. Why are you going to go ahead and do that? Like you should, especially if Man United is so self-sufficient to a point where
Well, exactly.
season ticket, shirt sales, all these
Especially
things.
when you're
They're huge.
buying an already thriving business, there's no reason to put your own money up. There's no
Yeah.
reason to put your own money up. You just get credit. Do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So it's one of them things where these guys are seasoned businessmen, bro. These guys own other sports clubs. This is not their first rodeo. Do you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
same with Liverpool's owners, Man United's owners. This is not their first rodeo, bruv. These men know
Mm-hmm.
how business works, innit? As much as we don't like the way they do business because it affects the sporting side of the game, these guys
Yeah.
know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know
Nah,
what
you're
they're
right.
doing. Do you know what
You're
I mean?
right.
So from a business aspect, there's nothing that they haven't thought about. So as much as it's not great for the fans, like these guys are super shrewd business people. They don't become billionaires, yeah, without knowing a thing or two about how money works. So
Yeah.
it's just one of them things. And my man said reports are he's happy with Ten Hag. I'll be completely honest with you, my bro. It doesn't matter how happy the hierarchy are with the manager. It matters how happy the players are. The players will always decide whether the manager gets sacked or stays because players are on 3, 4, 5 year contracts on big money. Managers maximum now are signing 3 year deals. This manager's got 18 months left on his deal. It doesn't matter how happy they are with the manager. If the players aren't happy, he's gone. This is how
Yeah.
sport works. Any sport. It could
Yeah.
be NFL, it could be anything, it could be
The
basketball.
manager's not the product, you know what I mean? The manager's
Nope.
not the product, so
He's not. The players are. Like fans come to see the players. Fans don't come to see the manager. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a Pep Guardiola where you're a bigger personality than the players in your team. Eric Ten Hag, bruv, he's not a brand, bro. He's not a big name manager. Like he will not outlive the majority of the players in this squad right now. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll bet my
Yeah.
life on it. He's not outliving these guys, bro. It's cheaper to sack him. A lot cheaper to sack him. You can't just get rid of 4 or 5 players. Like it's impossible. It's cheaper and easier to get rid of the manager.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you think the manager will go like soon? Do you think he'll go this season?
Yeah, he
next
gets
season?
sacked, man. He gets sacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no two ways. I think that the players that he signed, is a big scary thing for me. And also, if we are gonna bring in a director of football, a lot of the time, directors of football like to choose their own manager.
Yeah.
They like to. Because they need to work in conjunction with a manager. And Ten Hag signed all of his own players, and Ten Hag doesn't look like at the moment the kind of manager that if we get a DOF, yeah, that's giving him players, how's he gonna fare with that? Because clearly the players that he's brought in, the majority of them are clearly favourites ahead of a lot of the players that were in the squad already. So yeah, like even the Anthony thing, for example, like the Anthony thing is wild to me. Like Anthony's come in, he hasn't performed well, and Anthony, his whole demeanor is of a player that knows that his position in the team is safe. Do you know what I'm saying? His whole demeanor is. Do you know what I mean? You see him out there telling Bruno to F off, Maguire to F off. He's walking around like he owns the place, bro. He's walking around like Tupac out there, bro. He's been at the club for 1 year. Do you know what I'm saying? And bruv, man's walking around like he's Tupac, bruv. Like, do you know what I mean? He knows that the manager, as long as the manager's there, his place is safe in the team, innit? And a player that's just come in shouldn't have that aura about them. Do you understand? Especially when they're not playing well. So that tells you that.
And no one else in that position is playing well. You get what I'm saying? Like that's probably why Anthony's sat away and he's
no,
been
but
like,
no one else has
"Yeah,
been
I'm
given.
sweet,
No
mate."
one else has been given the opportunities that he's been given, though. Do you know what I mean? Like he's been given a crazy
let me
run of games.
rephrase. What I'm saying, I'm not
Yeah.
saying everyone else is being crap that way and what I was intending. I'm saying no one else has either took an opportunity or not. Like Sancho's
No one else has got an opportunity
being
to
given
take
it,
it.
but
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
No one's got an
Yeah.
opportunity.
No, I
Even when you
understand.
look at this season, yeah, we've played Pellistri on the right a little bit. We played Garnacho on the left, and then I think at one point Rashford was on the right. No one's been given since Anthony's been out. We even changed the formation. The manager hasn't given any player 5 games on that right hand side to stake a claim while Anthony was gone. We all changed the whole formation while he wasn't there. Do you understand? So the manager hasn't even given anyone a fair opportunity to stake their claim in that position because he's already decided that it's Anthony's. That's an issue.
Yeah.
That's an issue. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like no one has been given the opportunity to take that place because it's his. And he hasn't earned it.
Yeah,
He's
no,
coming
I
to
know.
the
That's
club
what I
and
was
he
trying to
hasn't earned
say.
it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Because Bruno's played out wide a few games as well.
Yeah. No, that's what I was trying to say. Like, yeah, so with Anthony, it's an interesting one. I don't know what's going on with your team, bro. I'll be honest with you. You can speak about it more than me.
It's a mess. It's an absolute mess.
Yeah.
It's an absolute mess, bro. But you know what it is, yeah? It's like we just need to look at what's going on right now, be completely honest about where we are, and just hope for the best. That's all we can do. With this situation with Ratcliffe, if it is going to be Ratcliffe, then we need to hope that all these rumours about him bringing in football people are true. And if they are true, then it's better than where we are right now. And that's all we can hope for. That's all we can hope for.
True, fam. True.
So yeah,
Jeez.
the game
But
is the game,
we'll
bro.
hope for the best then. We'll hope for the best. I'll hope that you keep going on your demise. You can hope that Radcliffe is the Lord and Saviour of Manchester
He's
United.
not going to be no saviour, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But if he just, I'll be honest, even if he knows a little bit about football, yeah? Even if he knows a little bit about football to change how we're doing things right now, then, bruv, then we're better off than where we were before. That's all we can pray. That's all we can pray. Do you know what I'm saying? What's you lot's next game anyway?
Everton.
That's your next game?
Yeah, it's Derby Day on Saturday, yeah.
What, is it at Des?
I believe so. I believe it's an away from home game. Let me even look that one up there quick. I believe it's an away from home game. Yeah, so it's 12:30 kickoff as well, I believe.
Jeez.
Yeah, 12:30. No, we're at home. Sorry, my bad. We're at home.
Oh, no, that should be easy win for you lot then.
Yeah, it should, to be fair. I mean, one thing I will say, I think we're getting a slightly... This isn't to try and give us a cushion if we lose. If we lose, it's a disgrace no matter when you face Everton. But I think this season's probably going to be slightly harder than next season based on both teams going into the game. And I also think that form...
Why is that?
Because based on the fact that I think Everton have been just slightly better in terms of their overall play. Like this season, they're at least creating more chances and they seem a bit more cohesive. I'm not trying to say that they're better significantly or anything, but no, I do. I think it'd be a bit more difficult game for that reason. Otherwise, I feel like form goes out the window for this game anyway.
Always.
I think like when they had Carlo Ancelotti and stuff like that, that weren't a form-based game. That was just shit bags. Carlo Ancelotti got them up for it, and it ended up being the type of game that it was. And you know, they only had a few chances that game. We were in the worst spell that we've been in pretty much ever at Anfield, and they were able to get the win. But then I think now is a little bit different because you know what, we're doing really well, but then at the same time we have like moments like against Brighton where we can still concede one or two, and if it's one of those games again, you just never know. So I do think we're going to win, and anything less than a win, we deserve to be bantered, even if it's a draw. But Everton, I'd probably say Everton are just. I don't even know what that club is at the moment. I don't know the direction it's going in. I don't know how good they truly are. I just know they've played a little bit better, but the bar was low anyway. You know what I mean?
I think they're in the stage of their evolution where they're just trying to stabilize the club because the last few seasons they've been flirting with relegation. Do you know what I mean? So I think that they're in the spot where they're looking for a bit of continuity, a bit of stability with this manager. Just to be able to settle away from danger. Do you know what I mean? And then they can really kick on because, Everton shouldn't be flirting with relegation. They're too big a football club to be in those conversations, innit? Like them or not. They shouldn't even be in those convos. There was a point where these men were in the European convo.
Yeah.
For the Europa League and that. So to go from a team that was flirting with Europe, also had rich owners, to flirting with relegation is crazy. That shouldn't be happening. So I think they're at the point now where they're trying to get the balance and just become comfortable, similar to what West Ham did when West Ham were down here and now West Ham pushing up the table, mid-table, and then pushing for Europe, innit? So I don't know. I think it's gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna be a very interesting game. It's gonna be nice to see the two midfields because they got a very mobile, athletic,
Yeah,
physical midfield. Do you know what
Onana's
I'm saying?
quality. I'd take Onana than our team right now. Like,
Yeah,
if I
he's
was
a
to do a
player.
combined 11 with them, I'd take Onana
He's a
probably.
player.
I don't think I'd take anyone else, but he seems quality. And then
Mm.
the additional midfielders that they've got as well, it's got some nice balance in there. And like I said, Sean Dyche has got more of a tune out them this season. You know, Dan Juma, he's a good player. You're a fan of Dan Juma, no?
Yeah. I like him.
Yeah,
I
I'm a fan
like
of
him.
Dan Juma. I like him. I just think that they've got a bit more a team that they can back. Do you get what I'm saying? I think before players were just there for the sake of it, you know, just there to pick up a wage. Whereas now I think they've built something that's a little bit above that. Sean Dyche just seemed to have found a little bit of a tune out of them. But irregardless, bro, like, it doesn't matter. We should beat them. We should roll over them no matter what. And anything less than 3 points is a big disappointment. You know, the Brighton game was one to be forgotten about, in a sense that we didn't play terribly. You know, and you look at the games that we've dropped points this season. The Spurs game was one that was questionable anyway. You know, Brighton, Chelsea, we drew the first game of the season. Then I think, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but that might be all the points that we've dropped.
It
2
would be,
draws
yeah.
and 1
It
loss.
would be, yeah. It would be. 'Cause you should have
And
won that
against the
Brighton
smaller
game.
side, we've had fairly fine games. Like, we haven't struggled too much against smaller sides. Like, I don't want to call Villa a smaller side, but they played quite poor against us and we maximised it really well. Bournemouth as well at the beginning of the season. So we have got examples there of where we've actually done well against small teams, and we tend to control those games. But as I say, different atmosphere, different intensity. This is just a different game. So the last thing I need after that Tottenham game and then the Brighton game is an Everton draw or loss. Because I think if we get an Everton draw or loss, you know, listen, I already think that the title race conversations, it was bleak to be in them anyway, but now they get bleaker by the draw and by the loss. So you're not going to say we're out of it, but if you really want to say we're in it, it'd be nice to have picking up a win against either Spurs or Brighton. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh,
We
for sure.
didn't do that. We didn't do that.
But a draw's not the end of the world. You didn't lose, innit?
That's it. Because you see, I thought it was the end of the world. I was like, crap this. But it turns out, like, we're still, what is it, 3 points behind first? Or 4 points
something
behind
like
first?
that, man. It's
Something minor.
touching distance when you have to play everyone again anyway.
Yeah. And listen, like, it's a new team, and I'm not going to sit there and use the narrative like Liverpool have the capability of going on a 12-game win streak. But I do believe last season suggested we can go on like a little 8-9-game winning streak. And if City aren't going to be, you know, that force they usually are, let's just say they are 5% worse. 88 points is their overall points tally, 85 points. Like, that is something that is achievable, even with what we've done so far, because we've only lost 1 game and we've played some big teams. And because the overall competition in the Premier League has increased, you're probably expecting the other top teams to drop points here and there as well.
100%. It's way more competitive. Even the fact that you won, even the fact that you beat Newcastle with 10 men. Do you know what I mean? Like, results like that, those are massive results, man. Because Newcastle ain't a team that many teams are going to go to and beat.
Yeah.
Like, they're not. Like,
PSG, you'll know that one.
Yeah, bro. They smoked PSG out their socks. Do you know what I mean? So
I knew they were going to smoke PSG. Prior to the game, I said they're going to smoke PSG. But just because it felt it. It was like first game back at home. You know, Mbappe's there and Kieran Trippier. It was when Kieran Trippier was talking about his son before the game. I was like, you're actually going to cook them. This is what it's set out to be. Because I look at it like, if football was pre-scripted, that is exactly how it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we lost 3-0 to Barcelona. If football scripted, that 4-0 in the second game was exactly what was going to happen all along. Like, it was so strange. So yeah, I knew they were going to win that game. But you're right though. Like, Nunez came on and had an individual moment of brilliance where he just slotted away 2 great finishes. The first one was a phenomenal finish, which is not something that you're accustomed to seeing with Nunez. I do think he's still been a little bit, he's been fine, but he's been a little bit hit and miss with some of his chances. Like, bro, we had the Europa League game the other day. You might not hear much about it because, you know, it's Thursday night. You're trying to chill on your Thursday night, so we'll take those for you this season. But, bro, Nunez missed a sitter. weren't even like a little mini
But
city.
he does that though. Nunez is the kind of
Chat,
guy.
you know what
Yeah.
one I'm on about now?
Nunez misses the easy chances and scores the hard ones. This is what he does. Like a lot of his goals this season have been like world class finishes, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the finish against Newcastle, I think it was the second one. The angle that he took that from, yeah, into the side netting. That's a world class finish. Like when you're outside the width of the goal, yeah, and you can hit the inside of the side netting on the other side of the goal, it's a tight angle. Like, do you know what I mean? These are like top draw finishes. Like, and he does that, and then he'll be 5 yards out on the swivel and put it out the stadium. This is what he does. This is what he does.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
No, you're right. You're right.
and
Salah's
this is
been
what it
huge
is.
this season as well. Like when you're thinking about the overall,
His
the
all-around
overall
game has
goals.
been quality this season.
Yeah, overall game from Salah's improved massively. Like just the way he's creating, he's always looking to create. Like which is, there's only probably been 1 or 2 moments where I'm like, you should have probably kept going yourself and tried to score yourself there. Otherwise, I'm happy with his decision making. I think he's shooting at the right time, he's passing at the right time, and I was one of those in the summer, admittedly. And people can call me bad for this because in hindsight I agree. But we were getting offered like 200 million for Mohamed Salah from Saudi. I was like, come on. Like, when are we going to get cash like that again? But and also, like, I was thinking, do we get a better Salah in a way? For me, I think this is low-key a better Salah than what we've been getting. Because if this Salah now, this version of him, is going to increase the overall goals of our team and creates more goals for other people while still getting goals himself, that is incredible. That is exactly what you want. And he's a leader by the way he plays, and he's efficient. Okay, yeah, he doesn't have like the silky skill moves and all that, but all I need is efficiency. And that's what Salah's been since he's joined. But now he's even bringing up Nunez's performance. Nunez without Salah doesn't play as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way it works. Salah is even assisting Diaz because we've still got a similar dynamic to where like Diaz kind of plays as that inside left forward at times. Salah is now playing him in. And it's beautiful to see the relationship that he's building with whoever starts there. He can have it with Gakpo, he can have it with Nunez, he can have it with Diaz, and it's definitely inspiring because it's like you've never associated with him as like a playmaker, whereas that's his role now. It's like that's what he's been trying to build himself into over the past couple of years.
No, but you know what it is. You know what it is. Like someone said it in the chat, and I was gonna say it before. I think that we're seeing a mature player adapting his game. Because he's lost half a yard of pace, bro. There's a lot of times on the wing.
You're right. He looks a bit slower. He gets caught up with more. You're right.
There's a lot of times on the wing where usually he would kick it down the outside and run away, but because he can't get away, he's getting his head up and he's finding passes and that. Do you know what I mean? And that's the sign of a top player when they can evolve their game. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of players right now. Once they lose half a yard of pace, their career's over, innit? And he's showing that he can adapt, and now he's using his intelligence more now because he knows his body can't do what it could do 3 years ago, and that's actually making him a better footballer. And that's why I say, guys, the best footballers in the game are the guys that can slow the game down. Like, not everything has to be 100 miles an hour. Now he's playing slower. He looks like a better footballer, and it's not a surprise. Do you know what I'm saying? Because football's played in the mind. Now, that's where it's played. So when he slows it down and actually thinks, like, I see him play one pass from the right-hand side in between defenders across. I can't remember who he played it to. When I saw that pass, I was thinking, that's ridiculous. Like, the assist that he got. Like,
the goal that should have stood against Spurs, where he would have been an assist for Diaz if it counted. And that would have kept his streak of goal contributions for like 13 games or something like that. But that was a great pass as well. You know what I mean? There was also a pass against Chelsea at the beginning of the season where he assisted. Was it Diaz in that game? Might have been Diaz in that game.
It might be that pass, bro. He literally just split the defense.
Incredible.
With one pass, just across in between defenders, and it's like them kind of passes there. You cannot defend them. It's impossible, and only attacking players can play that pass. Only attacking players can see that pass. Do you know what I'm saying? And usually he would be the guy running onto those passes, and his ability to see those passes and the outside of the foot passes that he's playing now and stuff like that, it's because he can't get away from players anymore with the ball. But that's actually making him better. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't cheat no more. Once your legs aren't doing what you used to do, you can't cheat anymore and just kick it away from people and run away. So now you've actually got to be productive, innit? And that can only improve the team. And don't be surprised if you see the manager using him centrally as he slows down a bit more, because I'm sure he can do that job in the middle.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's amazing, man. It's amazing to see his development, and I'm happy that he did end up staying. I do think he would be a hard player to like replace. Not impossible. Like people are claiming that it'd be impossible to replace him. I disagree, but you know it would be hard. And like you said, the way he's matured his game, the way his application of his mentality is incredible. So I'm happy with him. Dominic Szoboszlai, he's been my favourite player all season, even though he's not. I wouldn't
You
sit
lot
there
are
saying
loving him, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing
no, he's
the Gerrard shouts and that from the Liverpool fans. They're loving life, innit?
yeah, because he's that's because we probably haven't had a midfielder since Oxlade-Chamberlain 17-18 who can just whack a ball from outside the box and score a belter. You know what I'm saying? And I think everything we want is Oxlade to be. And I know people are going to look at me and go, wait, what? Watch Oxlade in that 17-18 season.
Yeah,
For
he was
us.
unreal, bro. He was
He was
slapping
quality.
like 25 yarders and that. Yeah, he
Remember
was
his
on
goal
smoke.
against City in the Champions League, bro? Like that
He was
was a
on smoke.
quality fucking finish, like amazing. So no, that's what Szoboszlai is doing now, and I think he's better than Oxlade ever was. I think his overall game is better. I think that he's got a more well-roundedness to his game. He's 22. His mentality is incredible. He carries his country. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally carries his country to wins and stuff like that. So if you can carry your country like Hungary to wins, you're going to be able to carry us as well. Just those moments of individual brilliance. He's one of my favourite players. McAllister's been up and down, hit and miss. But overall, the team's been fine.
I thought he would be, though, to be honest, bro.
When he's in the six, I know, it's weird, isn't it?
The thing is about it's Brighton, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, Brighton is one of them teams where it's
They're a horrible team to play,
yeah, because of the way they play, it's like, it's hard to look bad playing in that team, innit? Everyone always looks better in that team because of the way they're so well drilled and everything like that. But when you take players out of that system, you have to almost accept that you're not going to get the same player. You're not going to get the same player. You're going to get something else, innit? That's just how it is. Like, it's been like that, man. So I said when you lot signed him, I said I don't know if he's the best that you could do, yeah, in that position in terms of, obviously the price was good. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think that his performance in the World Cup was overstated. I don't think he was amazing. I think people were just kind of excited by him because he played in the Prem and we already knew who he was. Do you know what I'm saying? But when I look at him, I see a very, very good, competent, well-rounded player, but I don't see a special player. Like, if I'm going to play someone in the number 10, yeah, I need you to be able to be the difference in games. McAllister doesn't look like he's going to be the difference. He just looks like a good player to have in your team. Do you know what I mean? Like a steady Eddie, like, and not in a bad way, because every team needs steady Eddies. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah, you're right. And that's the thing, when you think of the depth of like Gravenberch, and let's say Curtis Jones somehow finds like a good bit of form and he becomes a top player as well. It's just nice depth to have. Do you know what I'm saying? Harvey Elliott's obviously still in and out of the team. He's just had a world-class performance for England under 21s as well, Harvey Elliott. Yeah, to be honest, the two I'm looking forward to mostly, the ones who have impressed me most, Gravenberch and Sobbo, those two for me have been, I think Gravenberch, anytime he stepped up, has been absolutely incredible. Honestly, incredible.
Yeah, he's different though. Everyone knows what his ceiling is, but it's just that we haven't seen it. Do you know what I mean? For whatever reason.
He just never got that platform at Bayern Munich. I think that's all it was. We saw it at Ajax. He got that year at Bayern Munich, and he just never got that platform to showcase himself. And he just wants a football, and bro, like you see him in any interview, he's just a happy guy. You know what I mean? He's just like, whether it's because he's getting football now or not, I don't know, but you can see that. And I believe he got 3 goal contributions at Bayern Munich. He's already got that at us, and he also missed a huge chance against against Brighton.
Yeah,
like open goal. It was crazy. But he's been good. He links up the play well. He creates chances for the attackers. He dribbles past players. I love a player like that, a little ball carrier. You know what I'm saying?
He's a proper player.
It's the system. Proper player. Do you know in the summer when because it was us and you guys pretty much
we were linked with him as well, yeah.
Did you want him?
Absolutely.
Did you?
I said it was him that we were linked with him and another player, and I said if I had to choose between them, I'd choose him because he's more technical. Do you know what I mean? There's been like comparisons with like Pogba and stuff in the past in terms of how he carries the ball and his stature and stuff like that. And like I said, if we're gonna get linked with players, let's get linked with players like this. Do you know what I'm saying? And then he ends up going to you lot, and it's annoying. But the thing is, you guys you spend less money than us, and look at your recruitment. And that's the difference. And that's why I think if United sort out their recruitment, yeah, it was between Amrabat and Gravenberch, and we obviously got Amrabat, but it's like when you look at United's recruitment, if they improve that and they continue to spend the money that we spend, because Liverpool are still very much a sell to buy club, they have been for a while. So even if our recruitment is on par with your recruitment, when you look at Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and McAllister, how much you paid for them three. Do you know what I mean? What, you couldn't even have paid 50 million for them three, because how much was Sobo?
60 million.
Oh, okay, so you paid 60 for him. McAllister only costs what?
35.
35. That was a buyout clause. So you spent less than 100 million and got free.
Yeah, Sobo was a buyout clause as well. We had like 2 days to get the Sobo one done. Otherwise, they'd have wanted like.
So you spent less than 100 million and got 3 midfielders, and we spent 100 million on Anthony.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Yeah, bro. I'm surprised that no one else was onto that McAllister buyout clause as well. You know, and even
bro, you were the only team in for him, and the thing is, I don't understand it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand it. I'm not saying that I would have wanted him at United, but it's like when you compare how the money's being spent. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, it's different. It's different.
But this is what I'm saying. So if United sort out how they spend their money and also the kind of players that we're looking at, bro, we don't have a massive. We're not a long way away, guys. Like, do you know what I mean? It feels like we're miles away. But in reality, we're not miles away.
Nah, because you thought that last season, and last season it looked like you were at least getting somewhere, because what you went and done was improving each position. Now, let me explain. You got Casemiro for midfield, improves the balance there. You got a great centre-back in Lisandro Martinez, and then you had Rashford, who was at least putting his chances away. We always knew that he could fall back into a spell where he isn't scoring as much. But for that spell when Ten Hag first came in, Rashford was like a demon, bro. He was just there scoring every single game, people putting him in Ballon d'Or shouts. But Rashford was that good in the first half of last season that people said he should have been a nominee for the Ballon d'Or this time round, even though that was all in 2022. Do you know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like, bro, it was wild. So that's how good Rashford was at the start of last season. But yeah, just even on us, I look at our team at the moment, and it's nice, bro, because you've gone from. Because bear in mind,
I thought Gravenberch was on loan. You actually bought him.
What, you thought that he was on loan?
I thought it was a loan to buy. I thought it was a loan with a.
Oh no, he's our player, bro.
Well, you actually bought him outright.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Bayern were just gonna let him go. I thought he was a loan to buy. That's even worse, because obviously we got Amrabat on loan in it, so I thought you lot got him on loan and you were gonna buy him, but you actually bought him. That's
mad. That that's mad. That
bro,
we got him.
We spent more than double that on Mason Mount.
Oh yeah, we don't even need to talk about Mason Mount. I can't believe we were linked with him. Do you know what? Yeah, I don't even know how true it is that he rejected us, but if he did, thank you.
He did. He did because his dad's a Man United fan, bro, and we offered him more money. but bro, he's a Liverpool style player in terms of the profile. Like, he is. We got him, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like, bro, when you look at the recruitment, bro, like, we're one of them teams, where it's like Man United have been 3 players away from winning the league for like 5 years, blood.
Every midfielder we got was better than him. Every midfielder. I'll go out on the front line and I'll say it now. McAllister is better than that dude. Gravenberch is better than that dude. I'm so happy we never got him. Do you know what, though? I'm so gassed that we've went from Henderson and like Milner to the midfield that we've got. It's so different. It's just like it completely. Are you sure that he rejected us, though? Because I don't think
he did. You and Arsenal, bruv. Arsenal went into negotiations for Mount and left with Kai Havertz. That's what happened.
Wait there, then. So
that's been confirmed.
Do you know, for us, because I don't even remember us even putting a proposal. Like, maybe we went and spoke to the guy, but we never even put an official bid in.
No, you didn't put in a bid because he made it clear that he didn't want to go there.
I understand. So we don't know if we would have ended up pursuing it anyway, but he was someone that was on our radar type idea. Yeah. I understand. Only because the way people have painted it out all summer was like he full on rejected an offer from us, which I didn't ever see an offer, but no, now I understand. Yeah, no, I think he would have went to Man United anyway, like you say, his father and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
you
know what?
We offered him more money. We gave him the number 7. All this mad thing.
Your gain was our gain. Do you get what I'm saying? You gained Mason Mount, we gained everyone else. Like, it was just one of those things. So I'm happy that it worked out that way, because the midfield's the most important part of the pitch, bro, and that's been our worst part of the pitch for the past 12
You're going to
months.
lose games in that place. Do you know what I mean? Like,
what happened last season? losing constantly. Do you know what I mean? And until Gakpo came in and started being a bit more of a player who dropped deep and he pressed and he was improving our overall play, that was like really what elevated our season. Thiago was fit for a little bit as well, and that helped. But otherwise, when Thiago weren't playing, bro, we had zero in that midfield. Fabinho was terrible last season. That's why I wanted Fabinho gone. I'd have still sold Fabinho even if I knew we weren't going to get a CDM, because I just
Yeah,
don't
his
rate
legs were
Fabinho
shot,
like that.
man. His
He was
legs were
done for,
shot.
bro.
You could
He
have
was
got a
done
tune
for.
out of him in defense, though. Do you know what I mean? And that's about it. He played right back before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You could have got something out of him at right back, if Trent was
Possibly.
pushing forward or something like that. But ultimately, you didn't need to keep him, and that's what I mean. Your recruitment's been good. You got money for Henderson, which is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, the fact that you got money for Hendo
Crazy.
that's amazing, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you look at the business you've done, that's what it comes down to in the modern game now. Like, there's not.
Well, you had to do that as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had to. When is Henderson going to get money or offered money again
He's
in
not gonna
our
get offered
lifetime?
money like that.
Bro,
You
I
didn't believe it.
remember Henderson turned 32, and I said, this is the moment where we'll never get money for Henderson. Either he retires, and if he ever does go, it'll be on a free. When I see that 12 million bid coming from Ettifaq, I'm thinking to myself, how can you not jump on that? That is unbelievable business. He would never get sold anywhere else. But his mate Steven Gerrard has gone, I really want this amazing player called Jordan Henderson. Let me go and pay 12
Gerard got
million
all
for
the
him.
boys, you know. He's got him,
Didn't
Genie,
he?
Jesse Lingard, flipping
Damari
Damari
Gray.
Gray. Bro,
Yeah.
like, just Premier League, bro. I just see a picture of them lot in the gym, and I was just like, right.
Hey,
Like,
he's doing all right in that league as well. He seems to have found like a good balance of a team. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
that's
they're actually
crazy.
doing okay. I mean, but that's the thing. Like you can't really like be gassed for him either. But he's still done fine in comparison to probably what people thought he was going to do. But now he's cooked a little team there. He's cooked a little team. It's actually all right. It's got good balance. They brought in Moussa Dembele. Is it Moussa Dembele? The guy
I'm
who
not
played for
sure.
Celtic
Yeah, it would be Dembele.
and Leon. Yeah. No,
The striker.
yeah, he brought him in as well. Good signing, to be fair. He'd still do a job in Europe, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
So now he's got a
Lingard's
good
in
little
Saudi,
team.
guys. Lingard's in Saudi still. You know what I mean? That's absolutely mad.
Is
That's what I
Lingard
mean.
officially joined them? Because I know he was training with them.
I think he has, because that's all his pictures on Instagram are there. Do you know what I mean? So I think he's signed, because I saw a picture of him in the kit playing. So it looks like he's there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Okay. Fair play. You'd
that
have to sign him. I don't care if his legs are gone, mate. You've got to go and sign Lingard, don't you? It's just a good option to have. A
Nah, Lingard's
50%
still got
Lingard
legs,
will be
man. He
better
can
than
play
whoever
there.
he's got behind him.
Yeah, 100%. So
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? They're doing their thing, man. Do you know what I mean? But nah, Liverpool have recruited well. Do you know what I mean? They're looking good, and they're just looking dangerous. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? That's just it, bro. They're looking dangerous, and if you can score goals, you ain't really gonna have a problem. You ain't gonna really have a problem in football, man. They always say it's the hardest thing to do, innit? So I don't know, man. It's gonna be, I don't know, bruv. It's gonna be something, guys. We just need to wait and see what United do. That's all I would say, man.
Yeah.
Like, all these stories that are coming out right now about what the hierarchy are gonna do with players and all that stuff, I'd take it with a pinch of salt, because they're saying that if Ratcliffe does come in, then things are going to change quite quickly. And from the sounds of it, a few guys expect to be sacked in the technical positions at the club. So when that happens, only then will we know what's going to happen with the players. Like, all this stuff now they're saying about Martial
Yeah.
and all these other things. We don't know what's going to
No, I
happen,
agree.
bro. We don't even know who's going to be the manager by the time the January window opens. We don't know any of these things. So, like, a lot of the stuff that we see about players is just going to be speculation, innit? So I wouldn't even read too much into it.
Yeah. Plus, isn't I don't know now with the Radcliffe thing, but isn't it like a little bit of a tight thing for you buying players? I don't know. Don't you need to sell anyone?
No, but you know what it is? Man United have got like a 200 to 300 million credit facility that they use to sign players, innit? So, like, it's one of them things where the financial situation, I think a lot of people don't understand the financial situation. Do you know what I mean? I don't think the financial situation is as mad. I just think that these man don't want to spend no dough in it. Like, that's just how it is. And when Ratcliffe comes in, if it is to be him, then we'll see what happens with the money, because there was also murmurs that obviously he's bought equity, but also he's willing to spend some money in terms of like expanding the capacity of the stadium and all these other things, bro. It's all it's all chat. Until we actually see it, we don't know what's gonna happen, bro. Like, we
Yeah,
don't know. The only thing we know for certain is that he couldn't afford to buy the whole club. That's all we know.
that's
Do
right.
you know what I mean? All the other stuff, we don't know how much money he's willing to spend outside of the money that he's investing. We don't know. You know what I mean? Like, we really don't know. So until he comes in, yeah, like, it's all speculation. That's all it is. It's just going to be loads of people, Fabrizio and them, man. It's going to be loads of these, man, making an absolute killing on Twitter, getting people's hopes up with all this speculation. That's all it's gonna be, bro. You know what I mean? But I can't, I can't look at anything and then and say for sure that this is what's gonna happen. He said Man United spent more on transfers over the last decade than everyone else. The problem hasn't been the spend; it's been the quality of what we buy. New sporting, new sporting side can fix that. But that's exactly the point I'm trying to make. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is, if we restructure the club, yeah, that might be all we need. The restructure might be all we need. That is the main point that I'm making. Like, it's not, yo, we need to pump loads and loads of money into buying players. We just need to do it the right way. That's all we need to do, because there's loads of players that we can get for a fraction of the price that we're paying. We spent 65 on Mason Mount. Liverpool have gotten a player twice as good as him for half the money. So why couldn't we have done that? Like, even when you look at Kudus at West Ham, yeah, I don't know how much they paid for him. It would have been around 40 M's or something like that, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
exactly. And he's better than Mason Mount. Like, we're overspending on players that are not good enough. And that's the main issue of the club. The issue is not for lack of spend. It's not
Yeah.
that.
No, I understand.
So,
Yeah, but you know what, bro? Like, even just like to conclude, sorry, my Wi-Fi was going all crazy
yeah,
there
no
as well.
worries,
By
bro.
the way, sometimes it's weird. It's like it's the laptop thing, but midfield wise, I think that's going to be whatever we do this season, whether it be first, whether it be second. I think we're going to have. I think we'll probably be in a title picture at least up until like March, April, around there. If that's the case, the biggest part of that will be the midfield, no doubt. It'll be the recruitment there. And then, like, because Shkamadke, who's our sporting director, he got given a lot of crap when he first joined. And even throughout the window, he was getting a lot of crap. But, like, I think now you've got to sit there and go, do you know what? Even though McAllister wasn't his signing, Gravenberch was kind of already on the radar. You've got to just respect it and say, do you know what? We've massively improved our team through the recruitment that he's brought in, irregardless how he did it, how much money he spent, whether it was fully him. The transfer committee that we've had over the window has made us a better football team, and that's what fundamentally matters to me. I just care about improvement. I was never. It would be so horrible for me to just sit there and say I expect us to be above Man City. Of course, when we won the league, okay, now we can have a chance and kick on above them. But right now, where we was last season, fifth, you just got to get back in top four. For me, now seeing us, I think, okay, let's try and at least sustain a mini title challenge. If we can get a trophy and a title challenge this season, that is gas for what is the first year of the new project. You get what I'm saying? And I think
100%.
I think we can walk away with one. For some reason, I can see us winning that Europa League. And then obviously when it comes to the title challenge, I think we can do that as well. So it's going to be interesting, man.
No, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Yo, big up everyone inside. Make sure you subscribe to James Redmond TV. You already know the link to the channel is in the title, bro. You got anything you wanna let them know about?
Going to be live at 8 p.m. Just going to be talking about like these little Sané rumours that are coming about. Not really much legs to them, but something that's been surfacing. Then I'm also going to talk about our sort of upcoming games in the season, Everton, and how will we do in the games following that as well, because the defence is probably the one place of the pitch that's questioned. So tune into that, people. 8 p.m. James Redmond TV. Look forward to seeing you there. Appreciate the time,
Come
bro.
on, people. Yeah, no worries. So you guys, big up. Big up for watching the show, interacting, smash that like, people. Do you know what I mean? And I'll catch you back here